Yep.
grab it. You can type into the chat. That's still supposedly on that YouTube.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I have it on my phone as well.
I think John killed Rick. No, we're not today.
Classic mode there. Yeah, I don't understand why we were
murder
dropping
mystery
frames
party.
like that. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Is anything different than usual? Are you plugged in directly to the Wi-Fi or to the Ethernet?
We are. Yeah, no, it's a wired connection. It's a wired connection, which is the reason this shouldn't be an issue in the first place. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this as D10H, and I'm going to kill all of these side things and add them back in later.
Do you think that's what's doing it?
Might be. I don't really know. Oh, we're back in already. We're already like up and in and live and stuff.
On a different URL though, right?
Yeah. In fact, actually, on the screen there, does it have like a go live option or anything?
The what screen? That's off. Oh.
It's still running the stream? What? Oh, you fucker. Like this I don't get.
Oh, maybe it couldn't select the thing because the stream was still going.
Maybe, but there's no option for me to reconnect back into it.
If you guys can hear me, I love you. We're just having some technical difficulties. What wouldn't be D-pad? 10 years of D-pad if it weren't for this.
I'll kill it one more time here because
I think you should just fully restart whatever this is.
yeah, both think they're live right now. That's good.
It's a miracle computers work at all. Like, streaming is insane. Something always goes wrong.
It's true.
Hey, Coach. Would you like to join us for a 10th anniversary celebration? You're on camera. Danger Cat.
Okay, well now it has the live look in the window. Or it did.
Well, I think we're up and live and stuff.
Now they're saying it's like the same chat.
It worked for a second before you clicked something.
It was back? Are you shitting me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
got
was
you.
back for like 1 second before you clicked end stream just then.
Are you fucking
But I've
kidding
got-
me?
I've got the URL you hit
Yeah.
that is now live.
Well, hopefully we'll be.
So, is anything live?
I don't
Yes.
know. I mean, yes, but it's a matter of if other people will see this.
Well, did you paste the new link into the chat?
I did. It's in there twice.
Okay. So it'll happen.
I mean, I can also refresh this too. We'll see how that goes, because now it should be getting new. Oh, okay. Oh, everyone's echoey now too. That's good.
We believe at you. Well, it's because they're getting the stream twice. Close your old stream. No, kidding.
Let's see. Are we still echoey right now?
Looks less dead than it could. That's a weird piece of feedback. Echo.
Oh,
was
okay. All right. So yeah, like 2 tabs open or something. Okay, that's good to know.
No echo. Awesome.
All
We're
right.
good. We're good.
Yes.
Should we kick this off again now that Goji has joined us?
Sure. We can even do this real quick. And I'll even reactivate that.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I thought we were live.
We get a clean look.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hey! What a fantastic and
Is
flawless
this a convincing way to open
entrance.
this?
Yeah.
Welcome to the D-pad. I'm Rick.
I'm John.
I'm Dave.
I'm Jeff.
And this is Goji.
You can grab that mic that's right there too. Like that'll actually be, good and stuff.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
This is the D-pad, and this is our 10th anniversary Patreon. Well, normally it's a Patreon hangout, but we're doing it like publicly with everybody today.
Patreon solicitation stream.
Why did it do that? Oh, I hate this stupid thing. All right.
What have you done now?
XSplit, when you use like it's got like a whole like, oh yeah, here's the cool like split mode, so you can like do producer style stuff on the side and prepare things, and it just goes like, oh, so it gives you two windows. For those out there wondering, you have your live window on the right and your and like your extra window on the left, so you can tell it push live and it'll switch to the other one. If you switch back to classic mode, which is just one screen, it takes the window that was in the not live section and goes, oh, you want this one, right?
Oh, that's so stupid.
So dumb.
On-screen chat is dead.
Oh no, there's just a delay. YouTube has
cool.
more latency than
Happy
Twitch does.
birthday to all of you, because I realized today
Thanks,
that the
Deeb.
D-pad is more about our fans than it is about us. Because we were talking in the Discord, and like some people, I think like James Games and Josh were like, yeah, I was in like high school when I started watching you guys, and like now you're all
kind of a wild thing to
whole
think
ass
about.
adults.
I'm trying to think
and
of
we
like,
know you.
I'm trying to think of like what I was watching around that time myself, and I'm like, and I was like, I think, oh yeah, you want to have it like right up next to your lippos. I watched some Raocow like at the end of high school going into college, and obviously AVGN as well, but I don't really remember anybody else. Like
Well, we're old enough that there wasn't much else
streaming's
besides
really a
AVGN.
thing.
there wasn't a lot.
That's
yeah.
the thing is like streaming didn't really exist. Like I finished high school in 08.
Yep.
So like I mean YouTube was starting to be a thing, but it was also like let's block YouTube in all the school servers because it takes too much bandwidth.
It's all garbage,
Now
and no
it's-
one's allowed
now
to
it's
watch it.
Let's post our classes on YouTube so kids can get to them easily.
I actually owe Rick a huge apology, because 2 years before we started, he was like, hey, we should get in on Let's Plays.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, yeah, totally. And I was just busy at the time, and we never really did until we did. But
And
if
then
we
it
had
was like,
gotten in earlier, we would have been.
We would have gotten in at the ground floor. I think I was just interested. We did our Sonic Week thing eventually, and I was like, this is a fun little thing to do. We could do some of these now and then. And we did now and then do little videos. And then it was like, oh, these got really, like, not ours, but like Let's Play itself got incredibly popular.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we should probably try doing more of these. And it wound up overtaking the podcast itself.
I remember watching the Mega LP announcement video during Computer Club back in high school.
Oh,
That's
man.
wild. JG2K.
I've seen that. I've gone back to look at that video once in a while just because like that was such a janky like
It's so funny.
camera
I
audio
love it.
against a wall,
It's not our best.
really bad green screen effect with not a green screen.
Hey, man,
it was
at
just
least you
the
went
wall.
for a green screen effect though.
Yeah, it was okay. It could have been worse. One of the reasons that the You Only Live Twice video never came out was that the green screening that I did was basically the same green screening, but much more. And it was becoming like, I'm now literally cutting out frame by frame because the green screen effect was working so poorly.
So it went well. Let's see, Final Biscuits. Oh, I like this. People are
Up on the gear next to the red letters, then I can fix things. The gear next to the red letters is like 12. Oh, fuck.
Dude, not to be. Why don't you use slobs?
Because slobs did not work with our old recording software.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Because we used to use was it the not Retron the Hopodge,
The Hopodge,
and
yeah.
it was a known gap in
Yep.
slobs' capabilities, but the Hopodge did not work. Yeah.
You don't need anything more than that.
For-
Doing 4K, 60 FPS.
Yeah. Let's see how this
first
goes.
episode was Michael Jackson in Sonic 3. Yep,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
one of obviously our best.
To this day,
Um,
I posted on Twitter because I was looking.
back.
We are literally like 2, maybe 3 days at most from hitting 7 million views, and our Michael Jackson video is on the brink of 700,000. So 10% of all the views we've ever had are still on one video.
That's
I
good.
tripped Jenny out with that info. I was like looking through things. I was like, Jenny, how many views do you think are on the highest viewed D-pad video?
It was like 8.
And
a standard. Honestly,
it
it's
wasn't
like
it wasn't 8, but like she gets like in a respectable number of
Sure.
thousands. Like
yeah, we have a couple that are in the
20.
thousands of stuff.
She's got
Stuck
like
around.
15,
Thank you.
20K kind of thing.
Okay,
I was like,
yeah.
no, almost like 700K. And
Yeah.
she's like, what? And so I made her watch
Huge,
it as
like-
well.
We really failed to leverage that, but
No, I mean we didn't know that it was gonna happen because we put it up
True.
in October of 2016. I think I got 2016, and then the next summer, 2017, all of a sudden it just exploded in popularity. And I think the rationale that we got was both Sonic Mania was coming out, and people were excited about the music for that in particular because of T. Lopes, and also somebody somewhere, I think someone said it was on something awful somewhere, like it got posted in like some huge thread that was talking about Sonic music and stuff, and that specific post like just kind of blew up.
Yeah, well, good for us.
Yeah. And we've been trying,
but right now we've created a bit of a pickle for ourselves with like 700 Let's Plays happening all at once.
It's a smaller number than that, but not by much.
Okay, yeah.
No,
that's why I'm only bringing in one-offs, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard cap at 3 streams. If I can't finish the game in 3, it goes in the recycle pile for me to finish later.
Sonic Dreams Collection.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking around. That was a trippy one.
That was a weird ass one. It was also our like backdoor intro for the Supersonic Let's Play.
Do we still have any of like our best of videos or playlists with like best of?
Yep, we have
stuff?
a playlist
All
of about 150 videos called the Essential D-Pad. It should be on the main page of the channel.
Yeah,
there's like a thing that's all those put together.
Put it in the suggestion box. I'm always hunting for new ones.
Yeah,
because I I look at our how many minutes or hours of content do we have?
a few thousand for sure.
Jillion.
Yeah.
Like, so if I were like checking out a new channel,
Also,
and I was like,
apparently you guys were one of the only 2 people to play Battle Chip
Yeah.
Challenge.
It's always surprising.
I have no idea what that is. Is that a Mega Man game?
It is. It's a Mega Man Battle Network game. I don't know exactly when it's set. I think it's set after the 3rd one, but it's basically. So normally when you do battles in Battle Network, you're on a 3x3 grid, and your enemies are on a 3x3 grid, and they're put together, and you have to like shoot and like you move on squares, and so do your enemies, and you use battle chips to attack. In this one, instead, you have a deck of cards that you put into this weird like triangle shape, and the computer will automatically choose for you which chips it's going to use for each of its turns. It's incredibly clunky.
It's not worth wasting our breath.
It's like when you played like the longest running game I think the D-pad has right now is Persona.
I think so, yeah.
Just by sheer number of hours.
Yeah, 150 hours, give or take.
3 it was?
Persona 3, yep.
Was it FES or FES or no?
It was FES, yeah.
Okay, so
awesome.
Because the original Persona or Persona 3, you only controlled the main character.
Yeah, I had heard about that.
You did not have any control of the 2 allies that you have. Because like I've been...
Well, no, in FES you don't either, I don't think. I don't think that I had control over anybody but my main... In fact, I actually... No. Yeah, you don't have control in the version that I played because the little kid character with the spear at one point was like constantly stealing kills, and it was becoming a problem, and I couldn't prevent him from doing it, but he needed levels anyway.
Yeah,
genuinely, yes.
They put out one version I remember that like gave you control because I went back.
I think that's the PSP one.
It might be because I've been going back and playing through all like the Shin Megami Tensei games.
Yep.
And just like starting at 1. And right now I'm in Shin Megami Tensei 4, and then
you excited about 3 and 5?
I'm waiting for the Nocturne re-release because that's going to be my jam. I remember like camping out GameStops back in high school trying to find a copy of that as soon as I knew Dante was in it.
Yeah.
Not knowing what I was about to get myself into.
No. Oh my god.
Dante like Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Yep.
In
That's
Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, which is basically 3, Dante was a fucking character that you could have. And like,
was he like a demon or was he like
No, it was like a demon slayer. He shows up to kill you, and then you can recruit him later. And
that's cool.
I love Devil May Cry, so that pulled me into getting that game, and then it just whooped the shit out of me because it was hard as nails and I was a dumb kid. And then eventually circled back around and been playing through all of them and loving it. But like, I have Persona 3, 4, and 5 like are basically the last ones I have to go, and holy shit, those are going to take so long.
They really are. I've heard that they get better for each of them. Like the quality of life improvements from 1 to the next, starting with, I guess technically starting with 2, but especially starting with 3, they each get better to play and are generally like better experiences. I've heard 3 and 5 are like the 2 big ones, and 4 is fine, but not as like, I mean, tastes may vary on those. I've heard that it's like very similar in terms of like quality to 3, whereas 5 is like a giant step up from both.
I just like 5 looks like it oozes style. For me, I just like I hate that they push you along so much.
Yeah.
Like, the SMT games, I always just invest a crap ton of time with just like grinding and like collecting all the Pokedemons.
Yep.
But like the Persona ones, the time schedule aspect always unnerves me. But like I definitely I'm looking forward to them.
I think we're trying to move away from the unending RPG format, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
as much as I love them.
especially
Also,
for me right
quick
now, I've got
a
line
quick
of them,
interjection
but-
from your ghost friend Jeff over here. We did lower the bit rate, so hopefully things will be more stable, and YouTube at least says it's more stable.
Yeah.
So let us know if anything's good. It says excellent connection currently, so
Yeah.
we're in good shape. Also, I think I tried to share my D-pad story, but we got disconnected at that exact moment.
yes, yeah.
So the first time I ever watched the
because you said
D-pad-
"fuck you, YouTube." That's why.
I guess, yeah.
now
li-
I said it too.
No,
Damn it!
Rick! Yeah, I was tempted to hit end stream, but no, never. Yeah, so I watched the D-pad like under protest because I was like, YouTube is dumb and Twitch is dumb, and why would you ever watch video games or anything not ever having actually watched a Let's Play or anything of that
making
sort?
you watch it so that you protest.
Well, it was having like discussed like video games with you guys at like parties and stuff, and then like I'd heard more about the D-pad, and I was like, maybe I should check out the thing my friends are doing, and looked and was
Someone
like,
was doing their job and plugging the channel at Jeff to make a new viewer watcher,
right.
eventually streamer.
There's a good
Yeah.
chance it was me because I definitely remember telling you about a specific idea, two specific ideas.
Hey,
back
you're a
then.
fucking nerd. You might like this.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was like, that's dumb probably, but tell me all about it. I'm kind of
Tell me
curious.
more about
And
it, 'cause
then-
I would like to know
and
everything
then there
there
we
is.
go.
Oh god,
Playing hard to get there over there. Words. Fail.
It was good. It was good.
This cat, she's really sweet, except for when she's like, "Oh, I'm happy." Claw.
Yeah, she's like, I am going to sit here, and you're not going to move me at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the quick rundown on like actual,
Oh yeah, we have like an agenda.
Hangouty
huh?
items just in general because we usually normally this is a thing that our $9 patrons and up can join in for live, and then we put it up the next day. Oh, thank you. We put it up the next day. Oh, actually, I have this is my new phone that is not hooked up. I do have the other one.
So many phones.
I know. But the so normally it's a $9 and up Patreon tier thing doing this live, and then everybody gets to see it when it goes up on YouTube later. This is gonna be a fun one to put on YouTube because of all the crap getting it started. But actually, it'll probably desync.
It's just one.
Yeah,
Just ran right
it's just
into
it was
good.
perfectly smooth. That's right.
Pay no
You're
attention to
all very-
I don't know what
Rick.
you-
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
People in the computer.
Get out of here,
Jeff, this
computer
chair is
folk.
also on camera.
Oh yeah,
if
this
you
one right
wanna
here. If
see
you
it.
want to join there too.
So Jeff
Jeff's like
also,
flittering around like a
question
bug,
has
and I'm
been
trying to
asked.
understand why.
I have nervous stream energy, and I'm like, what did I
God.
forget to set up? What didn't I bring up? What am I
but
going to
it
want
forgot to set
later?
up
But it's
you
it's
into a
happening.
chair.
Yes, me.
The stream is already go.
It's happening.
Also,
what?
yeah, is that vest just part of your skin now? By the way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, fair enough.
You've known me probably longer than most.
Hey, Jeff loves his ass a vest. That is a true fact I can confirm from many years.
You can also sit here if you want. Just you can't disturb Goji.
If you would like a D-pad shirt, we're actually working on getting like an actual proper video ad up for it. But if you want to get a D-pad shirt like this or several others, you can go to dpad.fm/merch.
Yep.
Or dpad.fm/store. I put them both on there.
There we go.
That'll take you to our confusing. So it's not confusing because of us. So we have a Teespring store where we have a few different designs. They're all really good. Teespring, literally like a few weeks after we propped up this shop and like as kind of a soft open, I got an email that was like, Teespring is now Spring. And you're like, oh no.
Wait,
And
they changed their name?
They changed their name. They changed their URL. They changed. So there's a so they have what's called creator-spring.com, which is their basic like hub for if you have an account that sells
just rolls
stuff.
off the tongue.
It really does, yeah. So it's the creator hub, so you can see what your own store looks like. One, it's just kind of clunky. I really wish they wouldn't do that. I wish they had a smoother way of doing it. But if you just go to creator-spring.com, they have coded it poorly enough that generates a store with no items.
Oh, sick.
Because whatever it has, I feel like it must be PHP that they're driving that with, because that seems like a very PHP mistake. Of it's looking for the subdomain, finds none, and goes, well, it's a store with no items then.
We got nothing.
Because it looks like a storefront that's like, oh, shop here, and you click on it, it brings you to the same bit. It's a mess. But
We
dpad.fm.
partnered with the good people at Spring to bring you these shirts.
Yeah, I was sort of
was
slightly
gonna say-
off put by that. I was like, oh, come on,
While the
guys.
website is a clunk, the shirts are great.
The shirts are great.
They're very
Um,
soft, albeit I would say they run slightly small.
A little small.
Yeah.
A little bit
so
on the small
order a
side.
size up.
Mine's
so
the
you're
only
not
one that
like,
fits like
"Nah."
well right now, and
Mine-
even mine, like I could stand.
I'm
even like
I'm
more inch on it,
exceptionally muscular, so
Yeah,
it's tough
true.
with
We're
like
all
this tummy
bodybuilders.
muscle right here.
I'm
We are
getting a
all
lot of
bodybuilders.
pectoral definition that I didn't ask for,
Mm-hmm.
but as long as I stand up
But
really straight,
It's helping you
good
out.
to go.
Before we all started up, we all put them on, and we're looking at each other, and we're like, we all look like we're like going to the gym with these
Yeah.
like tight ass
You know,
shirts on.
It's
and-
the like the
they're also
sleeves because they're a
stretching
little
out,
bit
so.
small. The sleeves were riding up a little bit more than
Yeah,
they normally
mine,
would.
Mine sit about halfway down my arm.
Yeah.
I can't really
Yeah.
do much about
Like I feel
it.
like mine is pretty much dead on.
Yeah.
So like
we're all
I don't know what you guys
bodybuilding.
are all complaining
Just,
about.
just feeling huge, making sweet gains.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
huge.
Sure, I had 2 smoothies today, so yeah, I am ripped from lifting Goji.
Yeah.
I was in a Zoom meeting the other day, and she jumped up on my back while I
Nice.
was in the Zoom meeting. I was at my
That's
standing
good.
desk, and that was fun.
That's really like vertical
buddy.
claws and stuff.
Yeah,
or-
yeah, she tried to land on my shoulders, and whoops, slid down.
Nice.
And just,
Ooh.
but
Oh Jesus. Oh, is it a little bit dusty? Do stay.
There we
You want to tip it down a little bit?
Still a bit down yet.
Yes. Yes. Otherwise, we'll slowly disappear into the chat.
I just noticed the autofocus was struggling a bit.
It was a little bit. Oh yeah. That makes sense too.
wow, that's terrible. It's dpad.creator-spring.com.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
why
God.
the best idea is to go
Oh,
to
no.
dpad.com's.
Did it die again?
I didn't do anything.
Oh no.
Just
You scared YouTube.
YouTube still says excellent connection.
Or maybe it's
think
because
they're
you were.
fucking
I
with
think
you.
because you were like your whole head was the screen for a second
Oh, okay.
when you leaned
Is
in
there
to look
actually
at
a
it.
problem, folks?
It's
yeah.
gonna take a couple seconds. for
Don't
that to
skirm
get
it
around
like
there.
that.
But yeah, so yeah, okay, that was just the thing. All right, we're good.
Okay.
So
We're real paranoid now, guys.
I know.
Please don't mess with our emotions.
So I'm going to run through our usual list. So like I said before, this is usually a patron-only deal. If you want to check that out, you can go to patreon.com/deepadfm, see what kind of stuff we got going up there. We may be adding/changing some things in the next like couple months, maybe in time for June. April and June are kind of both their anniversaries. April because we started the podcast in April 2011, and June because we started making YouTube. We started making Let's Plays in June of 2011.
made YouTube.
Yeah, you did. A lot later than it went up.
What- why don't we advertise that?
Because we got a C&D from YouTube.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they were not happy with us making YouTube.
Our
You
own
also
creation.
sold YouTube.
Yeah, I did.
Can
To
you make them
YouTube.
have less
You got out
ads?
too early.
I, feel like
I
they have
know.
a lot of ads now.
I sold that
It's
Bitcoin
usually-
a little
it's usually
too early.
late, but you got out too early somehow.
June 2011 is when we made our first Let's Play videos with Sonic Week, which I just found my old logos for like yesterday, and I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
"That's
Oh,
incredible
cool.
timing."
Are they shitty or are they still good?
I would need to tweak them because they were like put up on Facebook, so it's like white background that Facebook automatically added in 2011.
Cool.
Fair.
But yeah, so the YouTube channel went up in July, and we put up 5 Days a Stranger, and then the Sonic Week videos broken up into 15-minute, chunks and all of that. But June was when we started making videos for that, so we may have some kind of thing in June also. I don't know. So
Ritual cliff jumping.
yeah, that'd be cool for everyone but me.
I'm busy. I'm busy in June.
Rick just comes back with a whole new crew.
Yeah.
Don't ask about anyone else.
I'm Rick. This is Bill. That's Jack. There's Clarissa.
As always,
Clarissa,
with me
you
are the
wish.
same people the
Yeah,
whole time.
They've been with us for years and years. I keep
Your favorite.
Yeah,
tapping my
move
finger
that.
right on that.
Something's
Amazing.
going to go wrong.
But yeah, so we usually when we do this, we kind of run down the series that are going on the channel and kind of talk about where things are at, where things are going. I try to keep it spoiler free as far as like games and things that are coming up, just because some people like to be surprised. I don't like blowing the surprise people who like to just be like, wait, you're playing what when the video goes up. I'm sure at least a few people were like, Sega Sonic the Hedgehog? What is this?
yeah.
One day we'll get actual trackballs so we can do that one for real.
Oh, speaking of actual trackballs, this anniversary coincides with another very important anniversary, that of Rick escaping his mother. Happy birthday!
Yeah.
How does trackballs?
I don't know. I just needed an abrupt segue.
Okay.
Something.
I honestly, I was
Wow.
like, oh, I think he's going to say happy birthday, Rick, but I don't know where this
you weren't
transition is
entirely
going.
wong.
Yeah.
Today is my
That thing I
birthday.
gave
Happy
you is
birthday.
officially a birthday present now instead of just
That
a
works
present.
just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it.
Baboosh. Oh my god.
So it's Rick's actual birthday,
It is
which helps
indeed.
me remember our D-pad anniversary.
Yeah. And yours is part of a poem that everybody knows, so that's easy too.
It was the night before Christmas.
There once was a man. Oh,
Twas the night before Christmas on the 4th of July, and all yeah. Oh my
Whoa.
God, Koshiro, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Holy
oh my
shit.
god, that's wild. Thank you so much.
Oh, there's a delay
man.
when it goes up onto there, so that's going to be a little bit strange. But when you see it, it'll be nuts.
It'll be much
Oh wait, no,
appreciated.
did it already go past?
It goes up in the chat.
Holy shit, that
basically
jumped up very quickly.
Well,
immediately.
they
Thank you.
saw it. They maybe didn't see it on the video, but they're
Hopefully,
looking at the chat. They saw it,
hopefully you
probably.
enjoy the VODs of
Thank
this
you, thank you,
stuff
thank you.
after the fact.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank
very
you
Much.
Wow.
so dang much.
Yeah, it should be your birthday
Thank
more
you.
often.
I
Rick.
guess so. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Rick.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It
Um.
falls in line with a Fire Emblem character too. That's interesting.
Oh, it does.
Which
Ah,
one
nice.
of the 167?
Oh, there's more than that. I'm
Is-
sure.
There
There was somebody in the Discord like maybe a year ago
And
that
they're
was
all in
like
fucking Smash.
that
Sorry.
talked about how many playable characters there are in Fire Emblem, and it's a very scary number, and arguably in the same like it's in the same order of magnitude. I guess not as Pokemon anymore, but like for a while they were actually quite close.
I mean, I suppose I can't really complain because I love Suikoden, you love Suikoden, you love Suikoden.
I have heard the name Suikoden.
Oh,
or
ridiculous.
Suikoden. I don't know.
I have no
but
idea how it's pronounced,
It's 100 and
but I've heard 89 million
100
You can
versions.
play
Well,
the
so-
first two, and then you can just park on the rest.
Yeah, it's
Like,
108.
108. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, like
108
700.
Stars of Destiny in.
Oh, I guess that's an estimate,
Suikoden
but-
is how
Yeah.
they do it.
Yeah.
And to their credit, they do a pretty good job with a cast that big. Like I felt more connected to more characters in Suikoden than I did in Chrono Cross.
I remember being.
Chrono Cross is like there's 30 or 40 characters, but we don't
Yeah,
even care.
Chrono Cross's big issue is
None of them
bad
matter.
writing in general.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know what they
I-
were doing with those
I remember
characters.
with the characters being so mad in Chrono Cross, and it took me so many years to go back and beat it because I realized that I didn't get like the characters and press the key on the piano that I needed
Yeah.
to get someone's ultimate to complete the story, and I got so butthurt about
Yep.
it as a kid.
There's
Yep.
a lot of issues with that game.
Suikoden also, like the second one especially, spoiler-free version, if you get all of the characters, you can change a major plot point.
oh
Oh, that's
wow!
cool.
All right.
So like you can miss the fucking flying squirrels if you don't get them at the one time that this flying
Oh, that's-
squirrel, if you go in the
The
woods,
Yeah.
tree
like,
you have to hit A on.
Yeah,
I haven't
Yeah,
played
like-
2, and I
God.
know there's some crazy story
oh,
shit, so don't tell me about
that's-
2.
This is a very
Yeah, that's all.
spoiler-free thing, but
Yeah.
like just this, the story is different if you get
Yeah.
all of the
Yeah.
characters,
Yeah.
and like you want all of the characters because you want the
I
story to be
think
different.
1 has a similar thing, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It does, yes.
And you can carry data between the two. I never did that.
Oh,
but
interesting.
I think you can load up a beat like a saved complete copy of Suikoden 1 into 2 and get
Yeah.
some
I think
bonus.
someday when we
It's
can
like Mass
commit,
Effect.
we should stream Suikoden together.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
Dave,
multi-man
too.
it because we need to like
it's a fun ass game.
yeah.
It's a great game.
It'd be a worthwhile like Saturday or something to
The second one also has all sorts of like top-down multi-unit army combat sections where you're defending your
Yeah.
fort and like you're growing up your
it's a
rebel.
lot.
It's
Yeah.
got a lot.
Nice. I
That is also true about Final Fantasy VI. Always wait for Shadow.
oh
One of your
yeah.
character does if you don't wait 5 minutes at a certain spot. That's true.
Yep.
But I like that.
Well,
I mean,
you need to
you don't
wait.
have to wait 5 minutes at a spot. You just have to wait there until the moment. Whenever
You need to
Yeah.
wait
No, there's-
at minimum 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh,
and
you
at
actually have
maximum,
to stand there.
Yes.
For
No, no,
for
no,
that
no.
amount of time.
I thought you just
The
have to
timer
hit a
goes
certain
on
timer.
regardless. He only shows up when there's 3 seconds left on the clock.
I think it was 10.
Something like that.
Yeah,
It's like a
it's
small
like
number.
so small
So it's not
number.
like you have to sit
Yeah,
still
it's
for
not
5
that-
minutes and just be like, hope
Yeah, it's not,
something
it's
happens.
not that you have to get there
Even
and then.
slowly, your average person is going to get there with minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
typically. So it's
Canonically,
like,
Such a
the
cruel
idea
thing to
is
do.
like if you get there at the last possible second, he
Yeah.
also does.
or if you have 30 seconds.
But,
I'm
like,
still not
You
clear.
can also just stand by. And
I'm
watch.
still not clear if I actually won in the like the weird missile base mission in Final Fantasy VIII or not, because I got to the last room, like I got to the outside, which still counts. There's a timer. There's like this weird base that you have to blow up, but then you find out, oh no, there's I forget if it's self-destructing or if a missile's coming for it. And a timer counts down. You have to escape, but the timer runs in battles also, and you're like flying through. I beat the boss, got to the outside, and was like, sweet, I got 6 seconds left. And I noticed it goes blip to 5. I'm like, oh shit, run across the screen, which is like one of those sideways screens. So like you're just kind of running parallel to the action, and I get to the edge as it gets to 0, and I can't leave the screen, and I'm like, I don't know if this,
Millie.
and stuff starts blowing up, and I'm just like, I don't know if
Thank
this
you.
is actually like
Oh,
counting
Emily,
or not.
thank you so much for the donation. That's
Thank
really appreciated.
you.
McElroy.
We have only just begun. So you have not missed much. Thank you so much.
Many hours to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to dive in on the stuff because we're not going to have the Hangout's not going to be quite as long as normal because we do have some more things to set up in prep for the actual marathon stream, which is going to happen on Twitch, twitch.tv/dpadfm, and that's going to be at 10 o'clock, so in a little over an hour.
Nope, just kidding.
Oh, God, yeah.
Jesus, don't say that. I like.
Wait, can we just talk about FF6 some more?
Nope. I'm going to run down the list real quick because we don't have a ton to talk about. There's not a lot of changes going on right now. 1,000 Arms. We're doing 1,000 Arms. We got stuck in a volcano for like 2 weeks. That sucked, but we are back on our feet and have actually figured out where we're going in the episode that goes up on, I think, Monday.
Spoilers. They wanted to know. We don't want them to know that they don't have another
We were
8
literally.
episodes in that same
I was
volcano.
going to say, you were there for that. We were
Oh, I
stuck in
was.
there for literally like an hour and a half, 2 hours just trying to find a very boring path.
Nick
Sounds
Panda,
like a PlayStation
throw that
RPG.
suggestion in the suggestion box on our Discord, please, so we can retain it.
Oh, yeah, I've thought about that as a thing. That seemed like a fun thing to check
Just
out.
so we keep it in mind.
Age of Calamity, we haven't been super active on it, but we should be getting back to it. If not this week, then next week. I don't know if it's going to happen this week because we're going to be dead tired on Sunday.
Thanks, Hesty Hero.
Tatsunoko versus Capcom. We're about halfway through the playtime we're giving to that.
Pretty fun.
It's fine. It's basically a slightly easier version of like MVC 1.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I've been enjoying it so far.
Point out the video proof of Goji being an excellent cat.
Well, she like now try to move her though
She's
is the
being
thing.
a-
Is
Why
like,
would
she's
I do
being-
that? I'm not a
Sweeto.
monster.
Claimed your lap.
Sonic 06 has been a total nightmare.
Best
In a good
possible
way.
kind of
In a good
nightmare.
way. But that's been interesting. We're about almost halfway through Shadow's story.
It's going very smoothly.
Yeah, Sonic's is the longest story by a decent clip. Shadows we're about halfway through, and then we get Silver after that before the final chapter. There's currently some bets going on in the comments as to whether or not we're going to be over or under 80 episodes for that series. So if we don't get over 80 there's a good chance we're never going to get over 80, though there is a Sonic RPG, which I know very
running
little
tally
about.
in which you almost pass out.
You guys scares me. She just moved.
60%?
Of an 80 episode
Sonic
series.
80, yeah.
Oh God, I played it a bunch when it
I think
came
I worry
out.
about Rick's health in a good 50 or 60% of these episodes.
Yeah, those
He's
are
gonna
fucking-
just die from oxygen deprivation.
There was definitely an episode where I had to like back away from the mic for a second. I was like, all right, that time I actually felt like I was like going for a second.
Jenny had to check on me and make sure I was okay watching the Benadryl
Some of
Man
these,
bit. Like,
some of those episodes
I
are
lost my
absolute
shit
gold.
so badly, and
Oh.
I did not know where to find it.
It's magical. If you haven't watched Sonic 06, I
Please,
highly
Tails.
recommend it. We've already got about
Benadryl.
10 to 15 hours already, which
It's
is
a good-
shocking to me.
It's a good Let's Play.
Yes.
I think there's one episode that's just me screaming for 20 minutes.
There were like 4 episodes of that. Crisis
to
City,
be
I
fair,
saw
it was justified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crisis City was painful.
Yeah.
More like Crisis Shitty.
the-
I'm sorry. I already made that
Well, that
joke. and
wasn't
it wasn't
bad.
good then either.
Oh, okay.
I think we have actually made that joke on mic during it. Too.
Oh, I know. I'm
Yeah.
fully positive that I have.
Yeah.
Just statistically, like, of course I did.
For
I don't
Kirby,
remember it,
for the Dreamy
but-
Let's Play, we're doing Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. We're coming down to the end of that. We probably have like 7 episodes left, give or take. We got 1-player event mode. We got to actually unlock Mr. Game & Watch. We
shame.
got some more Smash Tour. And that's actually maybe it.
That's it, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're pretty close to the end on that one, actually. So we'll see how that one goes. Yeah, for my birthday in 2015, I lit the Mega Man 2 for Game Boy cartridge on fire. I have 2 copies of it because I wanted to make sure that if we damaged one so severely that we did have one if we ever needed one. But yeah, somewhere up there is a half-burned Game Boy cartridge. So that was fun.
Yeah. Bless you.
Goj sneezes a bunch sometimes.
Yeah, I worry about her.
Adorable.
It's super cute, but it's like.
Sorry, I blocked that
cats
cat sneeze,
shouldn't
you
sneeze
guys.
that much.
Just imagine there's a cat sneezing approximately right here behind me.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy her some like organic food at some point.
Full of organs?
We are,
Like chicken organs.
we live alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Organic
organic
food.
organs.
Oh. Pokemon Sword. We have completed, or I say we, Jeff and Ben have completed the post game. There are some more episodes that haven't gone up, and they'll be advancing into the Isle of Armor
Heck
in
yeah.
the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, apparently
So-
the DLC is like another whole damn game.
Yeah, I've heard that the
It's a
2
lot,
DLCs
apparently.
together are roughly 50% the length of the normal game. So like,
But I hope it's
40-ish
200%
episodes,
the quality.
I have heard that they do both that at the very least the Crown Tundra feels a little better put together in terms of like what they have there feels a little more constructed.
Okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
that'll be
The fans mostly agree that
not
like
even that long. Okay, I had read some stuff that was like, oh, Isle of Armor is like 5 to 7 hours, and Crown Tundra is like 10 to 12 hours or 10 to 15 hours or
Right.
something. But
Yeah.
Do the fans
yeah.
agree that Sword was lame on the whole?
some do in some ways. This is a very
Yes.
this can of worms is sitting on the table with a can opener, and we should tread lightly on this one.
That's
don't know.
exactly the thing, is that what I have learned about Pokemon Sword and Shield is that there's a lot to it, and you can invest your time. Oh yeah, like you guys are literally saying what I'm saying, taking your time.
Yeah, the
There's
game
a
works
lot-
if you're interested in actually like. It seems more built for people who are actively trying to do collections and living dexes and like really
But-
like go dense on that.
Okay, maybe. But like
But
the wild area didn't make any sense. The writing was really thin. The plot
writing
is
was
very
thin. The
like
plot felt
question
not so
mark
great.
afterthought. Everything's super linear.
That's the thing.
way
It-
levels are gated doesn't make any sense.
it feels like an inverse
Nothing?
of
Anybody?
to me. It feels like an inverse of 5.
I'm with you.
It feels like an inverse of Gen 5, where that one was more focused on story and actually restricted you from getting any Pokemon that were not new to Gen 5 until the post game.
Yeah.
And then more stuff appeared, and you could do that. This game is the opposite. This game has now, it's not
It
the
didn't
full Pokedex,
catch your interest.
but it had 400 and now 600. I might have those numbers wrong.
Yeah.
400 and 700. Pokemon available. You can get most of them very early, and by the end of it, as they add more to the
Yeah.
wild area, you can get all of those things in there. But the story is kind of lacking. So,
yeah.
And-
No, you're cool, Golux. Don't worry. And Ground Poundable, I kind of do agree with you. But that said, it's fucking beautiful. A lot of the new Pokemon designs are awesome.
I do like a lot of the
Um,
designs, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the designs of the hair of the late game NPC characters are noteworthy.
Noteworthy.
All I'm gonna
I
say
like that
there-
word.
A lot of the complaints that I heard about it was just so many pieces were there for the potential to be so much better.
Yeah.
And like, and of course it's all subjective in terms of what better is. But like, I feel like a lot of people saw so much potential in it to be like the next gen Pokemon game of like their dreams and that
Yeah.
they wanted.
Radar's
Ground
got a good
Poundable makes a
memory.
good point that I was about
We'll
to
come
kind
back
of
to
bring
that.
up is I have to wonder if this game started life as a 3DS game and then word came down from the
Maybe.
top that they were basically not, that they were both not going to be making a follow-up, an actual like normal follow-up to the 3DS, and that the 3DS was going to be discontinued in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I have to imagine that part of this came from they were fully intending on keeping it handheld, and then somebody from the top was like, look, if you do that, you're probably going to be taking a bite out of your own sales, because we're like, the 3DS is well on its way out. It's 9.5 years old. We're not making another one, and the Switch is going to be taking over as the handheld, so they moved it to that.
Yeah.
But their development timeline and structure, while they are fine and excusable for some of the things that they do a little weirdly on the 3DS, on the Switch, where we have games like Breath of the Wild and Mega Man 11 and Super Mario Odyssey and things like that, it's a lot easier to see not as much even necessarily the flaws, because some of these things we would overlook as a 3DS game. I think the problem
Some of
is
these things we'd overlook if the other stuff was good.
sure, but I think part of it is these other franchises have all taken a massive step up with the Switch,
Yep.
and Pokemon Sword and Shield feels on par ish with
Yeah.
Sun and Moon, which wouldn't be a problem if they weren't going from handheld to console for the very first time.
The same way that like Breath of the Wild was a reinvention of the series and like a natural evolution of the series. Like, people kind of wanted. I definitely agree with what Chad is saying that Legends looks more
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what people wanted. Like
I'm
Pretty
very
exciting.
excited for
an
Legends.
open world kind of thing, and like if they can mirror that kind of exploration and like open world. So I'm just playing through Breath of the Wild for the first time now. I probably have maybe like 10-15 hours in it, so I'm just scratching the surface. But like if they can mirror that kind of exploration and just natural world progression and discovery with some of the battle systems and tried and true things that people love, it could be fucking baller. But the thing is, like, people are expecting that out of Sword and Shield.
Yeah. And so in regards to people's like questions and mentions of like the wild area and raids and stuff, before we like really dive into the DLC stuff, I think Ben and I are going to go dip back into all of the non-required stuff in the continent. Like, we didn't really do raids. We didn't do that. The wild area much. We caught all our Pokemon normally on routes. Like, you know, it was just kind of a normal thing. So we are going to re-engage with some of that. But I think my main thought about the Pokemon series is that I went back and looked at a couple of the old Nuzlockes and LPs and stuff, and the games are just much harder. And I know I'm a difficulty whore. Like, games can be easy, and if they are, they're not for me. They're not designed for me. But, like,
It kind of changes what the focus becomes.
Well, when the
of
Pokemon games were
experience.
difficult, we didn't have time to look at that goofy thing or this thing that's unfinished or
Mount
that thing.
Moon
It was like, fuck, we
was
got
like the example for a while of, oh no, there are so many Pokemon in there.
Yes.
Now it's hooray! Look at all these Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, there's a very big difference.
I can just dodge them or whatever.
I mean that
so.
too. Actually, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot. Many of these things, even the difficulty, I'd argue, could be forgivable if everything else was like kind of what we had hoped for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pokemon Camp, they didn't do a lot of Pokemon Camp, but also once you've done Pokemon Camp once, it's cool to see some cute animations,
It's
but
neat,
it's not.
but-
It's not appropriate for a Let's Play.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It's all. Yeah, it's more like
we
a
don't
nice
wanna-
screensaver.
Yeah, we could
you know,
add
like
10 hours of like camping and doing other stuff in
The
that, but then
curry
it
and
just
all
like
that.
stretches the game out to like 200 hours.
James Game says it best. Pokemon doesn't need to be hard to be good, but it does need to be good to be good.
It's true. I was gonna say is like
fine
yeah,
way to dismount
easy
that.
is not
Yeah.
easy is not inherently bad. It's a matter of
Yeah.
what you're looking for at the time. And I think the idea was like Sword and Shield. What you and Ben were looking for was a combination of like that the Let's Play experience should be easier by virtue of not being a Nuzlocke, but that the game shouldn't necessarily be easier because you're not doing a Nuzlocke. So it doesn't need to be
Ironically,
easier.
Sword and Shield is probably the game that would have most lent itself to a Nuzlocke.
Yep. I think honestly,
Better than LGPE.
flipping the
We
two
really
that
messed that up, didn't we?
Flipping the two probably would have
Son of a-
ultimately been slightly better, but
I think
like
it would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
what
not a
else
big
do we
deal.
got though? We want to keep moving on.
Yeah, we should keep
through-
moving. I guess actually, yeah. Speaking of switching them, Pokemon Pikachu versus Eevee. We are now into the final leg of this journey. It is all locked up, all tied up, and yeah, it's gonna be intense. I have some stuff in mind. I have some strategies that I need to employ. I have a few very specific like moves, a few specific stats, a few specific like reorganization
Just
of my
real
team.
life
to-
fist fight.
Rick is
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
take
yeah.
me apart.
Just
every
real
time.
life fist fight.
He's gonna have a
That's
level
the- I
advantage, a
don't think
candy
I will.
advantage,
Called
and
this-
Don't
That
undersell it, man.
Mega Charizard is a problem for me.
If
A
I was
big,
gonna-
big problem. Yes.
If I was going to give you
He
both
stopped-
a piece
he
of
stopped
advice,
the last battle dead.
it would just be don't make any assumptions about the final battle.
Yeah.
After having watched what I've watched and watched both of your Pokemon go through stuff and looking at the stats.
That's the thing.
and
We've
stuff,
had some battles go wildly in different directions than I think either of us have expected from time to time. So like,
Yeah.
it definitely like it could go anywhere.
John's divorce.
RNGs have
It's just a
definitely
separation.
had an issue. Have absolutely had an impact on some of these. Where like sometimes I get super lucky with like, oh my god, a sleep and a paralysis, and then another sleep, or like some, and then other times I've had battles where like I cannot seem to land anything that is there to be laid as groundwork of like, come on, just hit with a burn. Fuck. All right, paralysis. Nope. Hypnosis didn't work. Great. Okay, good. Oh, I'm slower. That's good. Like, so that's the trick is like I have to like very carefully plan my next/last steps with this.
Both Mega Charizards are heavily nerfed without their abilities. I think if Charizard and Eevee went head to head, Eevee could maybe still win. 'Cause-
Maybe.
Yeah, like that's so don't tell me Mega Charizard is like the problem because Eevee's just as much of a problem.
I don't
That's
know
the-
if I could. That's
the
the
problem about LGPE is all of these partner and or mega Pokemon throw off the stat balance of the whole thing. Like if there was we had a rule that was no gift Pokemon, no
Yeah.
mega evolutions, no legendary birds, no partner Pokemon,
Sure.
the game would be very different.
I'm not
Oh,
the
for
underdog in terms of the whole Pokemon series we've done, but I was one battle away from being destroyed for the last four
It was
battles.
definitely a match point for like
Yeah.
The last
you
the
know.
last two
Yeah.
were match point because I went
Yeah.
up 4-2. I think.
You weren't beaten, but you were up against the wall.
Yep.
And I
He already
made
had damage on him.
I made
Gomez.
an awful well, not even I made an awful mistake. I made a bad assumption. I can't even call it an assumption, but like my thought was, all right, John is going second to go into battle 7. So that's fine. If I lose that, he goes first, I go second. I haven't touched any of my candy. So then that'll be my load up thing there, because my assumption would be like, all right, there's only so much that you can do, and you use your candy, so you're gonna eventually like go and do stuff with Giovanni, and then it's gonna be my turn, and then I can go nuts on the candy, and like at least make it a better chance, because if I lost the other one, then it's like, all right, I'll give myself a little boost, because that's the idea of going second anyway.
Give me candy.
And then the Megastones dropped
and
in like
taffy.
there was a 3 episode period for both of us of going from Blaine to Giovanni. And the second one, it was like, wait, hang on, come back to the lab. Megastones. And I'm just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Piss.
I
I
agree
even
to
said,
it.
are these legal? Like,
And they are.
I won't use it if you don't want me to use it.
No, they're
You know,
totally
like-
legal, because like the game literally gave them to you. Like it's a bummer in a huge way, because it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Couple of quick things. Eevee does have a super effective move against Charizard if I don't evolve or go Y.
Yeah, if you don't go Mega,
if I go Mega Y.
Yeah, if you go X, then that becomes a very different problem.
Yep. And then I am not saying that Mega Charizard isn't as good as one of the partner Pokemon. It probably is, but I am saying Eevee is really fucking good. And Pikachu is fine. I don't think Pikachu's nearly even in the same tier
I think that priority
as like Eevee or
that priority plus crit is a big
Charizard.
deal.
It's pretty
but-
nasty.
I hate that it's a crit, because it's a low power move, so they should have just made it a
Yeah.
more power move. Because
Well, so the crit-
critical sounds so much worse, but it's not.
So the benefit is crit will crit. I believe these days the effective crit, aside from multiplying the damage, also ignores. Oh shit!
Which admittedly is a huge
Defense
benefit. Yeah,
nerfs
ultimately.
defense buffs on the opponent's side. I think it ignores one stat change type thing that makes a big difference. But we also don't really do that much, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really.
So that's a good point, though. There
Come
could
up that
be
much.
a reason for it. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not saying Pikachu's bad. Pikachu's great. I'm just saying, like, there's Pikachu, and then there's, like, Eevee Charizard tier.
Yeah.
Which is way up.
Part of
you
the
know?
reason that I didn't use the starters in this is because I'm so fucking bored of the Gen 1 starters. I'm so bored
Yeah,
of
I will
Venusaur and
say-
Blastoise and Charizard.
And fucking Gyarados I have, and I had a Gengar and a Dugtrio.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like
The
I'm
Gengar
doing
is
Groundhog
mostly,
Day.
Like I say, the Gengar is mostly there just because of like the Edgar line of
Yeah.
like you just always wind up with
Yeah,
one. But
I could have and should have
Yeah.
used him maybe, but he just didn't really fit in my team. But like,
Yeah.
I do feel a little bit like I've done this before. Like,
defense boost.
I
Okay,
tend toward. I like the Pokemon I like.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Melmetal for or Meltan to Melmetal for the post game would actually be pretty cool little thing to have there. I think we both. I mean, even if we don't have it on our phones currently, it would take no effort to go.
Oh, I
steal
definitely
it.
have
Yeah.
mine
Yeah.
still somewhere.
So that'd be easy to do.
right,
Oh yeah, if Courtney hadn't died, I
Yeah.
would have been knocked out ages ago.
Courtney.
Courtney probably would have
There's
ended this 5 or 6 matches in entirely.
Yeah, there's no
like,
doubt. I would have had to make an anti-Courtney team.
It was such a massive loss, and even at the time, I was like, "That's really bad."
honestly.
I was here
it's
for
not
that
even
shit.
that they're that good at Pokemon. It's just that one move.
Stealth Rock plus like just having Rock
Well,
in general,
just
Rock
a
and
big
Ground.
fucking tank against Pikachu. Honestly, at
Yeah.
that point, your
Yeah,
best
but
Pokemon
it being
was,
Rock
then
Round
it-
with
then it gets the
Pikachu,
surf
I
move.
used my Surf move, and he dies because he's 4x.
Oh,
Golem
see
or
what you
Graveler or
mean,
whatever, just
yeah.
not that great at Pokemon.
Yeah.
But Stealth Rock, there's nothing
Stealth
you can
Rock
do
was
about
so
it.
big
Which
and
it-
so broken.
There's
yeah.
rapid spin, right?
Not in this game.
No, there are
Not in-
no spin moves.
That wasn't
not
one
a
of the ones
single
that
one,
got
nope.
added to this gen. So would you have to
No.
just replace the?
Does
You can't.
nothing.
There's only
It doesn't
that's
go
the
away.
only one. So there's no other.
Or is there?
hadn't
Yeah,
actually
is it
thought about
is
it that
entirely
closely
possible? I thought
earlier.
that we had looked and saw there was one spin, but like literally nobody learns it for some reason or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, no, it's basically once they're there, it's just there.
Yep. All right, what's up next? We got about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not even
before
mad
we
that
wanna
John
get
is
ready.
getting cheap wins with Mega Evolution. I don't think they're cheap wins. The battles have been down to the wire every time.
There was only one.
That's
with
what
Megas
I
anyway.
keep saying.
And it's not so bad because my team got nuked by a random gambler on the way to Lieutenant Surge.
Yeah, the gambler one was
so
interesting.
it's hard won.
It would have been a
Hard won.
very different game. You were very, very close to you.
I lost
he missed-
Nidoking.
He missed with Fissure twice on
Yeah.
Pikachu, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
was like that was a big deal because that would have been probably just it at that point.
Go, baby.
Because
Yep.
even if you built up a super team,
Yeah,
Pikachu
is just
especially the mid game, is
Yeah.
like such a huge linchpin.
Disgusting.
So,
I
Yeah.
completely But again,
Um,
I think I lost at least 2 dudes.
You
to him.
lost.
I lost
two
Nidorino
in
and
that
War
battle.
Turtle.
Yeah, Nidorino, War Turtle, and I think you've lost one other besides that. That might have been the only place you've ever lost Pokemon, actually, in this
Maybe,
game.
but
Whatever.
It
Accidentally,
sucked.
anyway.
What do you mean accidentally?
The meat grinder episode went up yesterday.
Oh yeah, no people.
Sorry, the candy grinder.
Hey, I just sent him
It's
off to
me.
live with our
On the
uncle in
farm.
upstate New York.
Yep.
You know,
Sure.
It's got a
Yep.
beautiful farm, lots
Beautiful
of little
farm
Pokemon
up in
just like
Buffalo.
him.
It's
Yeah.
great. They all run in the grass together. You can't visit them though, because it'll make them sad when you have to leave.
Y'all would have done it too.
I went to college.
Oh,
in
Alolan
Rochester,
Sandshrew
New
also?
York.
Okay.
Buffalo's not awesome.
Yeah, they always,
no.
Sorry,
Oh,
people
Alolan
who live in
Sandshrew.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
they'll
That's
be,
okay. The Bills are doing better these days than they used
Hey,
to.
they're doing just fine.
Yeah.
Landshrew.
Resident Evil. We're playing the Umbrella Chronicles for a
R.I.P.
little bit until Resident Evil Village comes out. It's been fine. I actually they
Insert
were on the
gunshot
couch
noises.
because I have them in case we play. Not for the
put 'em
stream,
over there,
but yeah.
but-
I got some Wii Zappers because you do this. That's already bad enough. But then you're trying to like do like aiming like this. Even right now, my wrist hurts just doing this. Like it is not comfortable. So I did buy the Wii
Yeah.
Zappers, which are more like gun style.
It is a
holding and
little
stuff,
bit.
and it'll make life a lot easier. Unfavorite was the Candy Grinder episode.
Oh, is that what you called it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Um,
I'm sorry.
yeah, Resident Evil Village comes out the first week of May. So our actual next Patreon hangout is going to be on April 30th. So we won't have started then, but it'll be literally a week after that.
Yeah.
So that is coming up. Final Fantasy VII. We haven't done one recently just because we haven't had time and we haven't had we try to do that when we have like a good collection of people who are all interested in it, and we've been kind of like thin on getting more than like one at a time. So that'll come back. It's also one that we're doing kind of at a casual pace anyway.
Yeah.
It's not one that we're racing to get done with. So, but yeah, we have one episode that's in the can. It just felt weird to just put one up on its own and then be done.
Yeah.
Mega Man Star Force. Seriously, for Mega Man Star Force, the anime is coming at the start of next week, and then Star Force 2, Zerker, is starting later in this same next week. They will be near each other. It'll be great, and it will finally begin. I'm so excited to get back into those. It's been it was never intended to go this far. It was never intended to take this long to get between them, but it was like, all right, I'll start watching the anime as we finish up Star Force. And I got through like 4 or 5 episodes, and then it was like, all right, we're done with that. We got some stuff going on. All right, I'll do like I got another 2 or 3 episodes in, and I think like right around that same time was when, not to get too into stuff, but like I lost my job around Thanksgiving, and I was not in a great place, and I was like, I'm not going to stress this show too much right this moment. And so like and then the holidays came around, and then everyone was kind of busy from the holidays, so it was just kind of like hard to coordinate stuff.
And I sat down and tried to start like writing my thoughts for the
Yep.
for the the review and
Can you
stuff.
pass me that notebook?
Yes,
I want to show
as a
them
demonstration point.
what this
I'll grab
looks
this.
like. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually shown what my notes look like for this show. So, let's see. So,
I started writing one night when I had like a good 5 or 6 hours, and I got through like 4 episodes, and I was like, "Holy fuck! This
What
is
up,
so
DJ Prime?
dense." And I now know
this is
Star
hard to
Force
see.
so
I'm
well.
gonna.
Yeah.
Here, let me just hand it to me.
No, I got this.
Okay.
Our lovely assistant Jeff.
So, see all these? You shouldn't be able to read them particularly well. That's on purpose. But these ones, this is episode 1.
excited.
Rick shows his book report.
This is also episode 1.
Okay.
Yep.
The episodes are roughly 17 minutes long, and I got 2 full pages out of it.
My
Meanwhile, this is
that is roughly 4 episodes near the end of the
It's
episode.
a lot, guys.
Or
We
end of
get
the
it.
show.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
The forbidden text.
If any of you guys didn't hear at the beginning, there's multiple pages for it, and when I sat down to do the first like 3 or 4 episodes, I typed out 4 single-spaced pages in a Google Doc and was like, "This is not doable.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be this granular." Because after having played Star Force and actually really like fallen in love with it, there's so many little moments and things and stuff that's different about like the game, the show, this character, the American version, the Japanese version. There's so much. We record for like 5 or 6 hours of like just your cut down script after having been cut down and cut down and cut down.
Yep,
and,
I took a shitload out of it, and I tried to streamline it as best I could. The script still wound up being about 60 pages long, and it took roughly 4.5 hours to film.
Yeah.
film and record voiceover
And do
for.
VO, yeah.
Yeah. So some of that came from just setting up shots and things. So I would say roughly 3.5 hours, maybe 4 of just raw footage.
Yep.
The end product is going to wind up being, just as a rough estimate, is probably going to be in the ballpark of like an hour 10.
Yeah.
Maybe less, actually.
Or more, knowing you. Feature length.
Well, that's the thing. It's 60 pages. I tend to be around a page, around a minute a page. But like even still, it's like that. I could not get it to be less than that for like, and even while writing the script, I'm like, fuck, I'm skipping over so much that I would love to talk about.
We really cut out a lot of stuff.
If I talked about all the stuff that was interesting to me in that show, it'd be a 3-hour video. Like, there's a lot to talk. If anything, I feel bad because this is the first, like, the NT Warrior show had a lot of good stuff, but this one's got a lot of, like, the writing feels better generally than a good chunk of NT Warrior.
Yes.
Not the middle seasons. Access and Stream I still hold are the best thing that this franchise has done for that.
Can't
so
wait for
far,
it to get copyright claims, so you have to cut out a bunch of stuff.
Yep, that's going to be fun, and I'm going to cry a lot.
see.
If it's anything like Access and Stream, Stream in particular was a real fucking nightmare. I uploaded about a dozen different versions of it until they finally let one go. So
Yeah, you were really pulling your hair out for that.
that one was bad. I felt bad too because I was like, I swear, guys, it's coming up today, and then like it'd be up, it would sit for like 45 minutes, and I'm like, all right, it's still processing. Oh, it's dead. So
That's a good point. Rick has possibly done more for the Mega Man franchise than any person around.
Oh, man.
Maybe other than people who actually work on it.
Before Mega Man 11 came out and they had nothing good to show for a long time.
Shout out
Yep.
to our friends from Wild Brain / Man of Action / Dentsu Entertainment over Mega Man
Did you
Fully
know that they made
Charged.
Ben 10?
Yep.
I did.
What?
I did, in fact. Did you know that they also made Ben 10?
Ben 10?
That's only half a joke. There's a second Ben 10 called Ben 10 by the same team, and it looks completely different, but it is still Ben 10. It's subject of a whole thing on Twitter, but
Why
let's
did they
not get
call
into that.
Ben 11. That would have been funny.
Jeff writes the jokes, you see.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got? I think we're running out of time.
We're coming down to the end
Right
here.
there.
Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep. We are nearing the end
What does that
of
even
that.
fucking mean?
gotta-
We're starting to learn what that means.
You got to have played about 70 hours of the game to realize.
Including
so-
like the gotcha phone games. They're canon. They're important.
They are actually. They are
I
coming
know
up very
they
soon.
are.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a Kevin 11 and Ben 10. All right, they're smarter than
I was
me.
gonna say it's like I could swear there was an 11 joke in the show.
I retract all
Wow.
jokes that I've ever
Yep.
made.
I
That's
guess Jeff
better.
doesn't
but-
write
Is there
the
a
jokes.
is there a Brian 9? I can't think of a good one that rhymes with 9. Brian is close. Brian 9. Yeah.
Unsubscribe.
But yeah, Kingdom Hearts. We haven't done a lot of it lately, just because it's a little bulkier, and we really do try to set down like a good 2 to 3 hours at a time for that, which is a little tougher. But
I love that we can make 60 minutes of content talking about our content that we're
Kevin,
making.
there's just a lot. There's a lot of it. I've been doing the R-rated reviews for the MCU shows. I haven't done one yet for this week for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, just because we were getting stuff set for this. So that'll be coming up on Monday.
What's
and I'll
our
be
title
back
for
to
that?
R-rated.
No, for the specific show.
Oh yeah, keep an eye out. It came up in a video that I don't even know if it's out yet, but keep an eye out for.
So it's not a spoiler?
Probably not. We have Wendy Vision shirts, and we will soon be adding to those with was it Captain Falcon and the Emo Soldier?
Captain
I believe?
Falcon and the Emo Soldier.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
So I was trying so hard to think of a good, like, there must be a Smash character that's close to Winter Soldier, and there's none. So, oh, got it. There it is, Wendy Vision.
Wow.
Ta-da!
Okay.
But yeah, so that's a thing. So yeah, Monday you can expect the third one. I already watched the episode. I just didn't have time to like do a review for it, and that'll be back on Friday again. And I think that's it for most of those Twitch stuff. Really breezing through this quickly. How's multiplayer stuff going?
Oh, it's super fun. We're doing Barotrauma, and they're about to add in two.
Oh god, they just put in that they're updating the final enemy types, the Charybdis and the Endworm. The Endworm's like 7 or 8 times the size of our submarine. And it's the thing that I played Barotrauma way back in the day. I was the one that brought it up to everybody because it used to be like a browser based game, like back on like GitHub and that kind of thing, where it was just
Java
free.
game.
And the Endworm was the thing you put in when you didn't want to play the game anymore, because you were
it
just
it just fucks
It
you
was
right
the
up.
stupid, ridiculous end boss.
It was like the impossible thing to beat. So that's coming back to the game as we
Nice.
kind of proceed apace.
Is it beatable now? Do you know?
Yeah, because there's
Hypothetically beatable.
There's an end of the game now.
Okay.
So yes,
Correct,
but we don't
Radar,
know.
correct.
We don't know. It's going to come out probably at the exact moment that we get to the end of the game, and then hyper nuke us.
all of a sudden,
like-
just gonna. Oh yeah, boop! There it is.
Said by
The thing.
by the end of the month is when they're planning on doing it, which is like just about when we're gonna be cruising into the last biomes, which is gonna be trouble. So,
Yeah, but yeah, Sundays have been good. We're going to be getting back to Valheim on a back and forth basis eventually. Probably
I
give
build things.
probably give Baratron a rest when the update comes out, just for a week or two to make sure it's all stabilized and stuff.
Everything is possible with nukes.
Oh, there's engineering. How the fuck did engineering know we were talking about Barotrauma?
Uh-oh.
Teddy comes out of nowhere.
Oh my god.
But yeah, good.
Cool. How about Monday things? How's that been going?
Everything's been good. It's been a blast getting into it. The overall goal is still to try and show off one-off games, new stuff that's just come out. Every once in a while, when I can't stand it, showing off a game that people slept on that they really shouldn't have, or just something as bonkers as Guitar Man. Yeah, it's still trying to operate with a hard cap of like, if it's not done in 3 streams, then away it goes.
That's a good policy. I like that.
Mostly trying to do 1 or 2, just depending on like if people are into it and that kind of thing. But yeah, we no, it's been good. I've been enjoying it. And just like mix along games, feel free always to throw things into the suggestion box, because I do also pull games from there.
If you want something to be played on stream, the best opportunity is to ask Dave about it, because he's dipping into so many games. Like, don't ask me to do a 200-hour RPG because I have 6 I already want to do. You know what I mean?
But if you are going to suggest something, my parameters generally are, it's got to be like, I try to find things I haven't played, because it's more fun to stumble through it and learn. Outside of COD End Zone, and that 3-hour tutorial was just
that was rough.
That was a fucking thing, man. I powered through. But
You're
then
telling
I
me
was
about that,
like,
and it's like, that's such a bummer. That's such a terrible way to do a tutorial.
I was
so
trying
bad.
to keep a positive face on the whole time.
Yeah.
While we're
just kind of like, has to be hopefully wrapped up within one stream. Terraria has been actually discussed as a multiplayer Sunday option too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as an
I've
open
looked at
server
Ghost
option.
Runner. Put that one in the suggestion box. That might
Nice.
while we're on the topic of Monday streams, Trials of Mana is still a thing. It's still gonna happen. My PlayStation that contains the save data is in storage at my mom's house now.
Nice.
So I just have to buy a house and set up a studio and unpack all my stuff and get a good internet connection. And then I'm going
right
to
around
finish
the time-
Trials of Mana.
Right around the time they remake Trials of Mana.
No, it
that's
will
when
probably be around the time they release Legends of Mana that I'll then have to
that's
play,
fair.
because for some reason I play the Mana games, even though I don't really like them that much. Although I've been enjoying Trials.
The Trials remake I was actually very impressed with, because I
Yeah.
loved Secret of Mana. I
Secret
didn't
of Mana
really
remake
get
was
into...
not stellar though.
Yeah, the remake of that was sad.
They just
That one's just a
they had
1-to-1,
so
wasn't it?
many chances to fix the dumb shit that kept it from being fun the entire playthrough, and they just didn't.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Strong opinions on the Super Nintendo version of that game over here.
Tuesday, Namco Cross Capcom.
Dedicated, yeah.
I am 9 battles from the end of that game. It's been a long journey, but we are getting there.
Jesus, yep.
And yeah, at most it'll be 9 more streams.
Does it still take an hour to move a unit across the entire map?
Kinda, yeah. The battles are now routinely more than 2 hours long a piece.
This sounds fun.
Some of them have been closer to 3 hours.
I tend to like, Tuesday nights are like the night I raid in Final Fantasy, so I tend to pop in and be like, "Oh, hi Rick, have a good stream." And I pop back like 3 hours later.
I'm
he's
still in the same battle.
fucking
Yeah.
map. And I'm like, "Oh, so it looks like you moved 6 squares." Oh man.
I come out of my room sometimes when Rick is streaming, and I kind of like wave at the stream or like make a goofy face or something. And depending on what game you're playing, there's a very different vibe.
Oh yeah. Like I
don't want to say that
I don't dislike Namco Cross Capcom at all, but I
in Act 3 of Divinity a little bit.
Yes.
yeah.
Like it was just kind of boiling through a little bit and going through the motions a bit, and then like with Act 4 hitting and being in a city and getting like options for role playing again, it's been much better.
Yeah.
Like that, it just sets in like the middle part
Still
of the
good.
games. Especially like you're in the home stretch now, though.
Yeah, at this point, it's like I've done 36 chapters of this game, and there's 9 to go. Actually, no, I've done 41 chapters, and there's 9 to go.
Oh, we're getting buffering.
Oh, great.
YouTube's still happy with the connection, apparently. So I think it was on their side.
Great. This is going to be fun to deal with later.
YouTube's good for that.
Wednesdays. Brother Quest is continuing. We are in Act 4. We are finishing storylines. We are
not too much left, I think.
No, yeah, maybe like 2, 3, 4 streams at the most.
I'm thinking inside of like 6 weeks, probably. So like
for sure, if we take our time, even. I mean, we could bust to the end right now if we wanted to.
Yeah, but no, doing everything we want to do, probably another like 3 or 4.
There's too many long-term payoffs in Act 4 of like stuff people we met early on that we helped, and now we can finish their quest or like the character quests and stuff.
And we've been hitting those, but like it is most certainly feels like it's coming to an end.
That's true.
Like we kind of finally have the full story. Everything's like I did the math. I've written in terms of copy like. By the time this is done, it'll probably be about 3 hours of monologue intros.
If you put all the last time ons back to back to back to back.
Oh my God.
That's with a very generous 5 minutes per episode. When realistically, they've been more in the like some of them
7 minute.
Wow.
Random one-offs have been 4, but they've mostly been like the 7-8 range.
Yep.
Jesus.
Written like 3+ hours.
Oh, don't you worry, Alxbrit. We're finishing Sir Laura's quest as long as he wants us to.
Oh yeah.
Thursdays.
I didn't do one this week because we were doing prep for this, but next week I'll be starting Spider-Man for the PS4 on a PS5.
Yay!
And that'll get followed up with Spider-Man Miles Morales as well. I'm excited for both of them. I've heard incredible things about both games. I am super pumped.
Spider-Man.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I've heard
I think Persona is still gonna hold the top spot there. Divinity will likely slot in at number 2.
Yeah.
And it's definitely gonna wind up above. What is number 2 right now?
To hit
it's not Ring Fit.
Dragon Quest 11.
Oh, yeah.
DQ, yeah.
Ring Fit, I think, is tied for most
To
episodes.
hit Persona, though, would be like another 30, 40 fucking hours of game.
Yeah.
That's just
Too
mad.
much.
What's next?
Let's see. I think that, I guess technically Friday XCOM 2. I don't know if Sarah's coming back to that one, at least for the current time frame of stuff. She just likes to play more frequently than once a week, but also doesn't want to stream more than once a week. So it's kind of can't hold all these limes sort of.
We'll keep it in mind, Alex.
But it may come back. It may not. I don't know. CJ is gearing up to fly from the nest as well and start doing some streaming things in the near future. More info on that as he gets, closer to it. And Ben has also murmured about possibly doing some things, but
here or there streams, yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff moving on the Twitch front. And I think we're going to kind of call it right there. I don't think we're going to do a huge amount of Q&A because we've got the next 24 hours to do all the Q&A you could ever want.
One final question, perhaps, to finish the stream off.
Yeah.
Since there's a person in this room who has now officially been present in this particular house, do we have an announcement we want to make?
Well, I mean, he hasn't played a game yet.
Oh, we're gonna get serious about it.
Boom.
Okay.
I was gonna be subtle about it, but everybody's just. I'm watching the chat talking about it too. I'm just like, come on, guys, don't blow cards.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, we're doing some greenenings. The greenenings.
Yeah, somebody
If
might
you can
get a
spell
green name.
greenening.
It's got a lot of ends.
It does have a lot of ends.
You're halfway
That's
there.
all I got.
All right, that's close enough. I think that works.
That's
Does that
accurate.
count?
I'll tell you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Points.
that's fine.
Made-up answer.
Points.
Yeah, that works. That works.
So we have a 24-hour stream coming up.
Yeah.
So
We got
we're
25
gonna be
minutes to double check, triple check all of our shit. So this is gonna be
delirious.
great.
My body can't handle staying up all night, so I'm actually only going to be around for a few more minutes tonight, and then I'm going to be around most of all tomorrow.
Yeah.
So get ready for that. These assholes are the night shift.
Yes.
Be nice to them.
We will
because it's hard.
We will be starting realistically a few minutes after 10 because we do have some last things to set up. But we're going to be starting with some Super Mario Party.
Yay.
Super.
And that'll be a grand old time. And I believe our target is 12 o'clock. At the stroke of midnight, we'll be starting some Link's Awakening DX. I'm going to be trying to speed run it and see if I can beat.
See if you can beat the cool 6 hours.
CJ's got a 6.5 hour time. I slotted it.
We'll see.
We've slotted it for 5 hours.
Have you
so-
done any prep at all?
No.
Perfect. That's
6
what I
hours
like
it
to do.
is.
I'm going to
played
be
that
reading
game
the strategy
to-
guide though.
Yeah.
To ultra death.
That's true. That's true. I'm just playing.
I am not concerned about going up against the wall there. But yeah, twitch.tv/dpadfm. Keep an eye out in about half an hour or so. We should be getting started. We have a lot of stuff that
Glad
we
you're
gotta
here,
check,
Nick
and we'll
Panda.
be getting
good
things
to see you.
going. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys
Thank
for
you
10
all.
incredible years. And we will see you guys shortly.
In the future, if you'd like to be part of these, they're usually Patreon only. So go to patreon.com/dpadfm and check out our Patreon.
Thank
Yep.
you. We love you.
And we'll see you in a few. Bye.